Coffee with the Editor is proudly brought to you by IRZ. Jamie, great to see you here at Africa Rail. I believe you gave quite an interesting talk this morning, something close to my heart in terms of maintenance and what that costs if you don't maintain your rolling stock and your infrastructure. So I wasn't there, so tell me all about it. Yes.
Thanks, Philip. So what we found is that in our operations, we are ramping up our mainline operations. So if we go back 2 years, we did about 180 million tons kilometers. Last year we did about 350 million tons kilometers, and this year we're on track to do about 800 million tons kilometers. So we're really ramping up the operations that we're doing, and as a consequence, the reliability of that rolling stock is coming more and more into the fore. Okay, and it's been very successful for us. So what we did and what I spoke about this morning is to do an assessment of just how badly poor maintenance impacts on the performance of a company. Okay? And I mean the performance from a cash flow perspective. Okay? And what we have to remember in the railways is that we are a sort of circa 70 to 75% fixed cost business. Okay? So what that means is that, and it's really only fuel that's a true variable cost in our business. There's some consumable space maybe, and even that's not. But and we are that heavy fixed cost business because locomotives are so expensive, wagons are so expensive, track infrastructure maintenance costs are so high, the maintenance of signalling equipment is so high. And what that means is that if you produce $1 of revenue or you produce $100 million of revenue, that fixed cost charge, okay, remains the same, continues to hit you. So, being a good accountant, as I was trained to be, we've got to bring it back to numbers, okay? And so, what does that mean? That also means that for every dollar we make, okay, 70% of that is a contribution to that heavy fixed cost burden, okay? And once you've covered your fixed costs, 70% of that is cash profit. It's that revenue is what it's all about. Okay? And what generates revenue? It's working locomotives and working wagons. Okay? So if you don't maintain your locomotives and wagons to the right quality, well, everything falls apart. Okay? So what we did was we did a small exercise, and we said if you achieve 94% availability, okay, assuming that you need 6% of the time to maintain your equipment, it's effectively 100%. Okay. If you achieve 90% with 6% to maintain to maintain the equipment, it's 96. And then we said, what about 75 as the third scenario? So the three scenarios we had is it's effectively 100% availability of locomotives, 96% availability of locomotives, and 81% availability of locomotives. And then we ran a scenario on sort of conservative terms as to distance, rate, etc. What it comes back to, okay? If you drop 4% availability on a locomotive, okay, the locomotive maintenance charge, which is about $10,000 a month, is your revenue sacrifice. So it's free maintenance, okay? If you go to 80%, it's just under $50,000, okay? So it's almost 5 months of free maintenance that you sacrifice in your revenue, okay? So then it comes back to, okay, I'm spending $10,000 on maintenance. Compared to the revenue sacrifice of bad maintenance, okay, it means to have the best maintenance provider on the planet servicing your locomotives.
Absolutely, because, I mean, never mind the revenue sacrifice, if that locomotive isn't working, that's an even bigger issue and a bigger cost.
So, and then you can imagine what it costs your customer, okay, because what people very often forget in the rail industry, okay, is that tonnages lost can't be made back, okay, because we operate at 100% capacity, but But normally customers operate on that basis too, and a lot of customers don't have the luxury of flipping from road to rail. From rail to road. Okay, so if we take it to the customer basis, okay, the cost to the customer is 7 or 8 times more than the cost of the railways of locomotives going down. So then we say, okay, well, why are we in this position as an industry where road has got the margins? It comes back to maintenance.
Absolutely.
So it really is the cornerstone of everything that we are and where we are in the industry, and it's got to be the focus of what every good railway should be.